Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Kroy Biermann, a prisoner of Kim Zolciak for 13 years. Kroy alum and former pro NFL player, Kroy Biermann claims that he was a prisoner of Kim Zolciak's for 13 years. He has been struggling with his estranged wife for over a year now, and it is not getting any easier. Now she has made some claims about him, but he has his own story to tell. Keep reading for more details. When Kroy Biermann and Kim Zolciak filed for divorce, it was a big shock as they seemed so in love. Not only did he adopt her 2 children from previous relationships, but they had 4 additional children together. From meeting on Kroy, the couple landed their own spin-off, Don't Be Tardy, and lived a life of luxury. Sadly, they had several lawsuits, owed over $1 million to the IRS, and their home was facing foreclosure. Eventually, they ended their marriage and threw allegations at one another. They did try to reconcile, but that did not fix anything, so they proceeded with the dissolution of the marriage. Things took an aggressive turn, and the police were called repeatedly to the home. Kroy called Kim out for having a gambling addiction and excessive spending. Now he is trying to force the sale of their home as she wants it priced higher than he deems necessary. He just wants it sold so it won't go into foreclosure, thus affecting his credit. Kim has since come out and alleged she pays for everything, and Kroy wants her back, but he is doubling down on that story. He took to his Instagram stories to share how he feels and his truth. First, Kroy Biermann shared a handful of slides about narcissism to set the stage. Then he explained that he had been a prisoner of Kim Zolciak's for 13 years. More so, he called out the TMZ interview where she claimed, "He said if I ever divorced him, he would destroy me publicly." There were also allegations that their eldest child, Kroy Biermann, pays for more than Kroy does. He now appears to want to speak his truth, as he has been silenced for way too long. After seeing Kim Zolciak's interview about her and Kroy Biermann, fans were not on her side in the slightest. They felt that she was the one responsible for the family's downfall due to her various addictions and needed to get a proper job. Kim, you broke that man, then started playing in his face. That's because he's the only one who actually takes care of all of their kids. He's a full-time dad. Yeah, because she drained his bank account. This lady is a train wreck. Well, I'm sure he has nothing left thanks to you. Girl, he definitely doesn't want you back. You dragged him down. They do not think that he wants her back, as she claims and believes Kim drained Kroy dry. So it is clear whatever Kroy has to say, followers are listening. For the past 13 years, former NFL player Kroy Biermann has lived in a gilded cage, a prisoner of Kim Zolciak, his once glamorous reality TV star wife. Their relationship, once hailed as a picture-perfect love story, has slowly unraveled into a twisted tale of control, manipulation, and codependency. To outsiders, the couple appeared to be living a dream: flashy cars, a sprawling mansion, and a growing brood of beautiful children. But beneath the surface, Kroy was shackled in more ways than one. It all started innocently enough. Kroy met Kim in 2010 at a charity event, where her larger-than-life persona captivated the young athlete. Kim, already a fixture on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, brought her reality TV fame into Kroy's world, and he, in turn, offered her stability and a sense of security she'd long craved. Their whirlwind romance seemed destined for fairy tale endings as they married just a year later in a lavish ceremony. At the time, Kroy's career as a linebacker for the Atlanta Falcons was thriving, and Kim was basking in the glory of her reality TV success. But as the years passed, Kroy's NFL career faded, and Kim's grip on him tightened. The power dynamic between them shifted subtly but unmistakably. Kim was no longer the carefree starlet. She morphed into the commanding matriarch, a woman determined to maintain her image of wealth and luxury at all costs. The show, her celebrity status, and the appearance of a perfect life took precedence, even as the foundation of their relationship began to crack. Kroy found himself increasingly isolated from the world he once knew. Kim's expectations of him transformed into demands, and those demands turned into the bars of his invisible prison. No longer the star on the field, Kroy became relegated to a supporting role in Kim's life. He was her chauffeur, her errand boy, and her partner in carefully orchestrated social media campaigns that portrayed their family life as flawless. Behind the cameras, however, Kroy was suffocating under the weight of Kim's expectations and manipulations. Kim's obsession with perfection extended far beyond her appearance or their home. Every aspect of their life was a performance, from their designer clothes to their public displays of affection, and Kroy was the unwilling co-star. As a man who had once commanded the gridiron, he was now trapped in a world of excess he couldn't escape. Kim, always the center of attention, subtly controlled him with a mix of affection and psychological pressure, keeping him tethered to her vision of a glamorous lifestyle. Despite the growing tensions, Kroy stayed. For 13 years, he endured the highs and lows of their marriage, from financial difficulties to rumors of infidelity, clinging to the hope that the woman he'd fallen in love with was still there beneath the facade. But Kim's desires became more insatiable. Their spending spiraled out of control: designer clothes, luxury vacations, private schooling for their children. And Kroy was tasked with keeping up appearances despite the increasing strain on their finances. His once lucrative NFL earnings dwindled, and without a steady paycheck, Kroy found himself at Kim's mercy, relying on her reality TV income and business ventures. The real turning point came when Kim's relentless pursuit of wealth and fame took a toll on their family. Their 6 children became accessories in the Zolciak Biermann empire, with Kim molding them into mini celebrities for her social media brand. Kroy watched helplessly as Kim curated their children's lives, dictating everything from their appearance to their activities. His role as a father became secondary to the image Kim wanted to project to the world. He loved to provide a sense of normalcy for his kids, to shield them from the toxic cycle of fame and superficiality that consumed their mother, but Kim wouldn't allow it. Kroy, once a pillar of strength and independence, was now a shadow of his former self. His confidence eroded, his voice silenced in the cacophony of Kim's demands. She controlled the finances, the decisions, and even their personal interactions. It wasn't overt abuse, but a slow, insidious manipulation that left Kroy feeling powerless. Whenever he tried to assert himself, Kim would charm her way out of confrontation, using sweet words and promises of change that never came. He felt trapped between love for his family and the realization that he was losing himself in Kim's world. The breaking point came when rumors of their financial ruin began to surface. Lavish spending, mounting debt, and unpaid taxes created a storm of controversy that even Kim couldn't spin in her favor. Behind closed doors, the stress of maintaining their extravagant lifestyle weighed heavily on Kroy. He'd sacrificed his career, his independence, and his happiness to support Kim's ambitions. And now it was all crumbling. Kim's response was to double down on her efforts, forcing Kroy to participate in more reality TV ventures and social media content, all in a desperate bid to salvage their image. Kroy, exhausted and broken, finally started to see the truth. He had become a prisoner in his own life. Kim had molded him into the perfect husband, father, and accessory. But in doing so, she had stripped him of his identity. For 13 years, he had sacrificed everything for her: his career, his mental health, his freedom, only to realize that Kim's love came with strings attached. It was a heartbreaking revelation for Kroy, who had once believed their love was real and enduring. Now he saw it for what it truly was: a carefully constructed performance designed to feed Kim's endless need for validation and success. And as much as Kroy loved his children and wanted to keep his family together, he knew he couldn't continue living under Kim's control. In the end, the man who had once been celebrated for his strength on the football field was left fighting for his freedom in his own home. Kroy Biermann, once a rising star, had become a prisoner in a life of luxury, trapped in the web of Kim Zolciak's ambition for 13 long years. But now, as he finally begins to see the light, Kroy faces the toughest decision of his life: whether to break free or remain in the cage that has defined him for so long.